Hey guys, welcome to the first ever YouTube video. If you are here watching this, first of all, thank you. I'm Isa Rodriguez, Rodriguez Lifts on Instagram and Isa.Rodriguez on TikTok if you're coming from either of those. Basically, I'm a natural bodybuilder. I'm also an online fitness coach. I'm a fiance, that's a huge one. I am also a cat mom. But for this first video, I asked on Instagram like a little questionnaire of things to go through. So that's what I'm planning on doing when I get back. This is gonna be kind of like a spend the morning with me type of video. So I'm gonna get ready to go to the gym now. Once I'm at the gym, I will record my session. I'm not gonna like vlog like this during it. No one at the gym actually knows that I lift. It's a newer gym for me and I show up dressing. Let me show you real quick. Like this, so no one knows. It makes you feel a little bit like Batman, but I'm also like not trying to make anyone uncomfortable by vlogging or pulling out like a real camera once I'm out there. But once I get back, I'll go through all like the little questionnaire stuff that I had on Instagram and kind of like, I don't know, let you guys get to know me a little bit better. I know that like on Instagram and TikTok, any of that, none of it's like super personal at all. Like I'm posting just mostly fitness stuff, and so that's the whole point of this is like maybe you guys can get to know me a little bit longer and or better in like long form content. Like I can just bring you through my day with me, show you what all that's like. But yeah, I'm excited. I will meet you guys in the car before the gym, and I'm gonna get ready for the gym. Gonna hydrate, gonna get some carbs in me, and we will start driving over there. But all right, I will see you in a second. This is exciting. Thank you for being here. Bye. All right, I'm getting ready to head inside. Got almost all of my pre down, all of my carbs down to Rice Krispie treats. We got a chocolate one and then the rainbow ones. Insane. If any of you have ever like debated getting up right for first thing in the morning to get to the gym, try it out and see if it works with your schedule and if you actually enjoy it. If you can get away with it, it is absolutely awesome. Like I drove to the gym with the sun coming up, listening to worship music. Like it's fire. It's a very, very good experience. Obviously it sucks to wake up like initially, but after the fact, like it feels awesome. It's a really great way to start your day. I'm gonna head inside. I'm gonna just like record some clips here on my phone, then I'll do a voiceover kind of going over it. This is a new gym for me, and everyone here is an adult or a little bit older, and it's more of like CrossFit kind of style. They have really good machines and stuff, and it's really close to my house, so that's why I come here when I don't have to do like the actual like camera recording videos. But no one knows that I do like the whole social media thing. No one's found my page or anything like that, and so I don't want to like make anyone uncomfortable. So main point being, I'm gonna record still with just like normal videos, then do a voiceover, so I'm not like vlogging in the gym or anything like that. But I'll see you guys in a second. I'll see you in there. Bye. On the menu today is really just a full upper body day minus some direct tricep work. I started out with this shoulder press machine. I wanted to see if I liked it. I do not like it very much. I like to do my shoulder presses at a little bit of a different angle than this one offers, but I wanted to try it on this machine, and at this point I was too far in. I was too committed. So next time around, I'll probably just do a dumbbell press if I am at the same gym, or use one of their Smiths. But good learning moment, and now I know not to use it again. Next up, we got some lat pull downs. This machine isn't quite made for someone my height, so you can see it with my feet. I kind of like pin myself between the bottom bar and the leg pads. I just try to get my lower body as stable as possible so I'm not actually like being pulled out of my seat. But then from there, I'm focusing on driving my elbows just straight down to the floor and keeping my torso straight up. Next up, we got single arm cable lateral raises. I just started doing these again a few weeks ago, and oh my goodness, I forgot how much I like them. I'm considering getting a larger cuff attachment so I can kind of put it like further up on my arm. I feel like that would feel really good, take even like one more joint out of the equation. But these have been feeling awesome. What I'm focusing on in this set is bringing my arm up towards the top corner of the room. This is really going to help to keep you from shrugging up a little bit and trying to keep most of the tension on the delt and off of the traps. Next up, an upper back row. This machine, if anyone can tell me what kind of machine this is, I would love to know. I've never seen one like this before. It's not pin loaded or like plate loaded. If you can see the little like curved area, you quite literally just like move it around until you find a weight. I don't know how else to explain it, but it's very interesting. The angle of pull for this machine is absolutely fire. The only thing that I don't like is that it gets weirdly light towards the end and there's no way to actually adjust it. So you're not really getting like a full stretch. Like it just loses tension towards the end. It's weird. It's like I like the machine itself, but I know that the way it's set up isn't necessarily optimal. But with how picky I am with my upper body training right now, which is not very much at all, I really don't mind it that much and I enjoy it. Probably will keep it in the split. Next up, I have my only direct arm movement of the day. I just have bicep curls. I've reached the point where I have no interest in growing my arms anymore, so I'll do one set of this. I'll do two if it really feels good, but it's more so just like an enjoyment lift rather than it is for like actually pushing for some kind of growth here. I want to make it super clear too, that's just based off of my priorities. That's not me telling you to do anything. That's just where I'm at right now. I started lowering the upper body volume a bit in hopes of bringing up my legs and kind of downsizing upper body just a smidge. But I also haven't been able to get myself to like stop training hard once I get into a set, so it's a loose goal. I'm running an upper lower split right now, and basically my two upper days look very similar. I just switch out one of the back movements and then switch out the biceps for a tricep movement. If I were programming for a client, I'd probably program a little bit differently than I am for myself right now, but again, this is just what I'm doing, what's aligning with my goals right now. Last exercise of the day is a decline sit-up, focusing on actually engaging the core and getting some spinal flexion, not just lifting up through my hip flexors. And that's why you see me not come all the way up. I just go until my core is fully engaged and then back down. Okay, so I told you no one really knows that I lift in this gym, and I kind of want to keep it that way. I think it's pretty nice to like just have a nice calm gym session, have no one have any like little comments to you, you know? So I've been doing all of my posing either outside at the gym where no one can really see me, or I'm just doing it at home because it's literally like 10 minutes from my house, which is so nice, and also why I'm still going to this gym, even if some of the equipment's not necessarily like the perfect pieces that I would like. The location is 10 times over worth it. The gym that I was going to before, I absolutely love, and I love the people there too, but it's like 35 minutes away, and the drive itself is just, it's getting to be a lot. But because no one really knows that I actually live there, that's why I'm getting my posing done for this video in my garage. Another reminder too, this is all before like 9:30. So now I'm like back home and get to actually start my day. If you're able to work out early in the morning, really seriously make it happen. Like it is so, so nice. But back to the in-person vlog. All right, all cleaned up. It's time to get some breakfast going. I've been having this like protein pancake concoction for the last like 3 months or so. I think it's really good. It's like 300-ish calories, about 40-ish grams of protein, 35, 40, right around there. Show you guys how to make it real quick, and then we'll get into some of the little like questionnaire stuff from Instagram. For the actual ingredients here, all you need is protein powder, egg whites or beaters. I go with beaters. If you guys don't know, at least at HEB, they're usually a little bit cheaper, so go with that. Little yogurt cup, some sugar-free syrup, and some canned pumpkin. Now, you could do pumpkin. You could also do banana. That's really good. Or just like yogurt as well. If you do yogurt, though, it usually has like a little bit more of a tangy flavor. I kind of like it, but pumpkin's usually my go-to. Then you can also add in sweetener, baking powder, and any kind of extracts. Let me show you guys my collection real quick. These are all the extracts that I have. I've got chocolate over here, almond, cake batter, normal vanilla, banana, butter extract. You ever heard of butter extract before? I think that extracts are so slept on, especially if you make like oatmeal, protein pancakes, cream of rice, anything like that. Like you can literally add those types of flavorings to it. There's more than just vanilla extract out there. I feel like not enough people know that. But for these pancakes, and with this protein powder specifically, this is chocolate peanut butter one from Ecovision. Nate just got me this one. This one's insane. I normally do the white chocolate peanut butter. I do like this better. I usually do the chocolate extract and then the cake batter extract when I have this one. This one's very, very good. All right, so while I'm making this, I figured I'd start going over some of these questions. So the first one was kind of niche. It's about how I would go about maintaining muscle mass if I were injured. And so I'm assuming that this is coming from someone who may be injured. So first thing that I'll say is I would do everything related to a doctor. Like I'm a personal trainer, but I know my realm of expertise. Like I'm not gonna go past that. But if it were me, depending on what the injury is, I would still try to get some kind of movement with it, like keep it being used if possible. Obviously, if you have like a broken leg, like you're gonna be pretty limited, but there is some stuff that you could do. And so it's been shown that if you work the opposite leg still, like let's say my left leg were broken, if I were still to work the right leg, it might actually still maintain some muscle mass, which is neat, but it's also like introducing a new problem, like maybe creating a bigger imbalance, since obviously you're not using that other leg. But if I had a client dealing with any of this or anything like that, I would just send them to their doctor. Like I know my realm of expertise. Dealing with injuries like that is not it. I'm not a physical therapist, I'm a personal trainer, and I know my place. Isn't that gorgeous? So one thing I forgot to mention about this pancake issue here, I don't make multiple pancakes, I just make one big one, and it's absolutely fire. All that's left to do is adding like sugar-free syrup on top of this, but this is what we are looking like so far. Got yogurt over here, blueberries, pancakes, gonna have syrup. You see the vision. Look at how gorgeous that is. Wow, I love this meal. Try to tell me that you would not eat that. There is a reason I've been having this for the last 3 months. You cannot judge. The next question was asking how the wedding planning is going. So in case any of you guys don't know, I'm actually engaged. I got engaged back in February, and me and Nate's wedding date is July 16th. So it's getting kind of close here now. A lot has happened since we got engaged to where we're at now. So originally, Nate proposed when we moved into this house. Since then, we no longer live together. We're trying to just be obedient to the Lord to make sure that our lives represent what we believe, and live out his good message the best that we can. And so we're not gonna live together until we're actually married. It's actually a really cool story how that all came to be. If any of you guys ever wanna hear it, let me know in the comments. But for actually planning the wedding, God's blessed us incredibly. Like even in terms of like the venue, like we found the perfect venue that not only is exactly like what I was envisioning and like hoping of and dreaming of since I was like a little girl, what I wanted my wedding to look like, but it also has everything included in terms of like the silverware, the cups that you're gonna use, all this stuff. So like all these little details that I would be like stressing to figure out are already included in it. And so it's just really cool. In terms of like the planning, what it's gonna look like is sort of like a backyard wedding style, if you've ever heard of that. Cottage is another word, but very colorful. Oh, hi, baby. The actual dress code that we're gonna ask for is colorful on it. And so to make sure that there's no like black or just navy, that kind of like darker colors, we want it to be just like bright and beautiful. It's gonna be a lot of like wildflower type flowers. Whimsical is another good word that we could use to describe it, but it's going really well. We're working on the invitations today, so those should get sent out this week, which I'm excited for. And then I need to get started on the actual website. But in terms of planning it, all of it's going really well. I'm going back home to Michigan to look for dresses with my mom within the next like 2 weeks or so. And so, yeah, God just has his hand over all of it. And it's very, very obvious to me. Like he's making things just like right in my face obvious lately. And I'm just thankful for that. He doesn't have to do that, obviously. Like there's no reason for him to do that. And he just is continuing to just steer this in the direction that's blessing us. And it's awesome. Very, very awesome. All right, back to the questions. So there weren't a ton of questions actually on the school questionnaire thing, so I only have like 2 more to do. But the next one was how I began working out, and this is kind of a cool story. When I was growing up, I was a little bit chunky in terms, I wasn't like super overweight or anything like that, but uncomfortably sitting at where I was. Like I had a little bit more fat on me than what I liked to be looking like at the time, and I didn't know how to handle any of that. And so I went through spurts of starving myself, which don't recommend. I went through spurts of trying to do a detox of eating. I did a liquid only detox. What do you call that? Like the juice cleanse thing. I tried to do that. That didn't work either in terms of like obviously being sustainable. None of these were sustainable. I tried to do a cleanse in general where you like only ate like spinach and zucchini and vegetables for like a few days and then you go back to eating like normal. And my normal diet was like awful. And so I had no idea what I was doing. Just sums it up. So finally I got sick of it and I asked my brother for some help and he told me that I should start lifting. He encouraged me to start lifting, made me a program from there. And I have no idea how I actually started to learn about like calories and counting macros and all of that stuff. But as soon as I learned about that, that's when things like became sustainable for me. Like I was eating. I wasn't just trying to like starve myself into a healthier body or anything like that. I was hitting a protein goal and a calorie goal, so I wasn't even tracking full macros. I ran with that for a very long time and saw a lot of success with that. And that's when like my body really started to change. And when I started seeing those changes, it became like very, very addicting. And I was like, man, I actually have control over what I look like and what my gym performance is, all of this stuff. And that's when like I started to nerd out about it. And I'm still a nerd till this day about all of it. But in terms of actually like working out, it was all my brother's doing for teaching me how to actually go about it, making me like a program. It was more of like a strength and conditioning style program, but it did the trick. And then from there, I found JPG on TikTok. I found Ryan Jewers and TNF, which is hilarious for the fact that like we know him now. Like him and Tori, like we're friends with them. We go to the same church and stuff now. But it was like a total fangirl for all of the content that he would put out. I would take it all to heart and like apply it all to my training. Like he taught me a lot that I know about training. I don't think he even knows that, but yeah, I was a total diehard fan of Joel's for like the longest time. Him, JPG, and Ryan Jewers, like those, and Jeff Nippard. That was my gang. I'm very glad that I fell into that rabbit hole and not like what's being pushed out now of just like so much propaganda everywhere. But that's how I started working out. I did like my first cut and then actually wanted to bulk, like wanted to gain muscle. So I'm thankful that I didn't want to just like be small. And I kind of just kept expanding my education from there. I went to college initially for exercise sciences, and then I switched over to business for a while too. I changed my gyms as well from like the rec center at my college to going to more of like a bodybuilder style gym with just really cool equipment. And that's where I met some people that got me into actually like competing in bodybuilding. Everything took off from there, started posting on social media. That went really well. Eventually met Nate, eventually moved out here. eventually started an actual business myself for coaching now, where I get to help other people do the same thing. And that has been a huge blessing. I get to meet so many cool people. If anyone who works with me is watching this right now, know that I seriously am so thankful for you. This is such a blessing of a job for me because I am a total nerd about all this fitness stuff. That's why my whole page is about all this fitness stuff. And to be able to use that to glorify God by helping other people is like such a blessing. And I'm so thankful for where he's placed me in this life. So if you do work with me, thank you so much for giving me that opportunity. I love helping. But very, very long story short, I started working out with my brother's help of like learning how to lift and stuff. I was literally working out in like my basement for the first year or so until I finally worked up the courage to get into an actual gym, and then everything took off from there. And then the very last question, this is going to take me like 2 seconds to answer, so hopefully it makes up for that long-winded answer a second ago, was asking if I had ever been to the Philippines, and I have never been to the Philippines. The only countries I've ever gone to are Canada and Mexico. The closest thing otherwise is Hawaii, which obviously is part of the US. But I would love to travel to the Philippines or just travel in general one day. After me and Nate get married, we're not going to go on a honeymoon very quickly. Like, we're going to push it off until whenever the time's right for us to actually go on a trip like that. But I would love to go visit someplace like exotic like that for a honeymoon. I think that would be awesome. I really want to go on like some adventures like that in my lifetime. See this whole world. I think it would be beautiful. But that wraps up the little questionnaire, and I think that kind of wraps up this first video. If you watched till this point, seriously, thank you so much. This all will hopefully get better as we go along. I'm going to try to find a way to like record on my actual camera just so the quality is a little bit better. I haven't found a way to connect these mics to them, and I don't want the video like I would rather have a lower quality visual than a lower quality sound, you know? And so I'll figure it out. But I promise I'll also get better at like what I am showing and talking and being more entertaining and stuff. I would love if this version of like content could be just a lot like less scripted, if that makes sense. Like, have it be a little bit more casual. I'm not necessarily trying to do like the super high-tech stuff that you see nowadays. I just want to be myself on here, yap a little bit to you guys for anyone who's interested, and just show just a different side of me on here. But if there's anything specific you want me to talk about, any fitness content, any kind of topics just to yap about, please comment them below. I'm open to quite literally any options. Otherwise, I will just sit here and yap about whatever's on my mind for whatever day. Again, if you watched till this far, thank you. And I hope that you have a blessed day, and I will be back hopefully sometime next week. I'm hoping to get like one of these out a week, but that's the end of the first video. Love you guys. Bye.